In St. Peter's Square, under the open sky, thousands gathered to say goodbye to Pope Francis. His journey on earth has ended, but his spirit remains, in every act of kindness, in every voice that speaks for the forgotten, in every heart that still believes in hope. The square, filled with mourners and leaders from every corner of the globe, was wrapped in silence as Francis's simple wooden coffin was carried forward. There was no grand display, no golden riches, just the quiet beauty of a life lived for others. A gospel book lay gently on his coffin, its pages fluttering in the Roman breeze, almost as if the word he spent his life sharing was still alive, still speaking. World leaders bowed their heads, but the real tribute came from the ordinary people. The sick, the poor, the young, and the old, all those who felt seen, heard, and loved because of him. Their tears told the real story. In his final farewell, prayers rose in every language, hymns echoed through the ancient stone, and incense carried the dreams of millions up into the heavens. His message was simple, but powerful. Mercy, compassion, humility, not just words but a way of living. Pope Francis now rests among the greats, but his greatest monument will never be a statue. It will be the lives he touched, the hearts he healed, and the world he tried to bring together. His story does not end today. It lives on in all of us who choose love over fear, peace over anger, and hope over despair. Today we mourn. But more importantly, today we promise to keep building the world he believed was possible. On April 26, 2025, the world bade farewell to Pope Francis, a leader who transcended religious boundaries and touched the hearts of millions. His funeral service, held at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City, was a moment of deep reflection and mourning, not just for Catholics, but for people across the globe who found solace in his message of peace, compassion, and inclusivity. The ceremony was marked by solemnity, as dignitaries and world leaders gathered to pay their respects to a man who dedicated his life to serving the marginalized and advocating for social justice. His coffin, draped with the papal flag, was carried through the square, flanked by religious leaders and close followers. The atmosphere was reverent and quiet, as the faithful paid tribute to a man whose humility and love for humanity were felt. In every corner of the world, Pope Francis, who had spent much of his papacy speaking out for the poor, the oppressed, and the displaced, was remembered not for his title, but for his tireless commitment to humanity. His efforts to bring attention to climate change, global inequality, and the plight of refugees were central themes in the eulogies that followed. Leaders from all over the world, including heads of state and prominent religious figures, honored his legacy and spoke of his profound impact on their lives. One of the most poignant moments of the service was the prayer offered by a group of refugees who shared how Pope Francis's words and actions had given them hope during some of the darkest moments of their lives. The gathering reflected the Pope's ability to transcend political and cultural divides, reaching out to people from all walks of life. While the funeral was a time for mourning, it was also a moment to reflect on Pope Francis's contributions to the world. His vision of a church that prioritized mercy over judgment, understanding over condemnation, and love over division left an indelible mark on the world stage. He reminded us that the true measure of a leader is not in their power, but in their ability to serve others. As the final rites were conducted and the last prayers were offered, Pope Francis was laid to rest with the knowledge that his work, his words, and his spirit would continue to inspire future generations. His funeral, though a somber occasion, was a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy, kindness, and faith in a world that so often seems divided. In his passing, Pope Francis has left behind a legacy that will continue to shape the world for years to come. His message of hope, compassion, and unity will resonate long after the funeral bells have stopped ringing. The funeral of Pope Francis is not just an end, but also a beginning. It marks the moment when his legacy becomes a part of the eternal history of the Church. His teachings will continue to resonate within the walls of the Vatican, and his message of love and compassion will carry on through the many institutions he supported during his life. From his tireless advocacy for the poor to his efforts to create dialogue between religions, Pope Francis's life was a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. As we reflect on his passing, we are reminded that the Pope's influence transcended the religious sphere.